There it is. The live countdown ended. And it's dog trainer and Ruth Davidson in the house. How are you, Ruth?
Yep. I'm pretty good. Last time it was snowing, and now it's not snowing, so that's good.
There you go. Interesting fact to start us off.
Interesting. Yeah.
Ruth, I've got an important question for you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
What did you have for lunch today?
So I had what I call a tomato and scallion sandwich, which is actually just...
Explain scallion to us. This is brilliant.
Scallion. It sounds like Hallion. It's just tomatoes and spring onions. That was it. That was all that was in my sandwich.
She told me that before we went live, and it blew my mind that you would only have tomato and scallion on your sandwich. And she also ridiculed me for having fish finger sandwich. She said, "Oh, I was too old to have fish finger sandwiches. How dare you?" Honestly. No.
We're so cool with our sandwiches, you know. That's it.
Yeah, I know. Look at us. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to everybody. Welcome to all those joining us. Hey, you can put a comment if you like. You can say hello to us. Or if you're in Wales, you can say croeso, or you can say prynawn da to all my Welsh friends. And then if you're anywhere else, you probably just say hi. That's okay too. We're going to be doing our Digital Leaders Challenge today. So let's get it up on screen. Here it is, Digital Leaders Challenge. That's what it's called, and that's what we're doing. So I did send out this link to this page. Don't worry if you haven't got it. It's absolutely fine. It doesn't really matter, but it does help. And so hopefully your teacher sent it out to you. And if they haven't, just chill. It's cool. But if you're on an iPad or some fancy device like Davidson over there, then probably good little head movement there. Then probably you could do something with that QR code. What do you do with that, Davidson?
Just scan it with your camera, and then it'll pop up, and you just click the link.
Scan it with your camera, and then it's pop up. So imagine if I had an iPad, for example, I would go on my camera app, I would do that. You see, I'm doing this demo for you, Ruth, because you didn't do it, did you? So I'm doing it for you.
I've got it live. It's live.
And then you can scan it with your camera app, and it'll open this page. And this tells you everything that we're doing today. Look at Ruth. Look at her. She's exceptional. That's why she's here, because she's exceptional. And I really need exceptional people to cover up all of my ham-fisted attempts. So Ruth is going to upstage me at every single point of this, which is probably the point, but that's okay. So what are we going to do today, Ruth? Can you remember?
Something to do with
birds, something to do with birds. Why would we be doing something to do with birds, Ruth?
Because it's bird watching week.
Month.
There you go. Oh my goodness, a whole month.
Yeah, RSPB Birdwatch, the big bird watch. Yep. So we're going to be creating graphics. Doesn't matter if you're not doing birdwatch stuff. That's absolutely fine. It's just a way to create graphics and do cool stuff, like that cool flamingo on there, which is actually a picture of Ruth's pet. Is it not, Ruth?
Yeah, that's George. Yep.
George, that was so quick. It's not really.
I think it's a George. I think he looks like a George for sure.
He does look like a George. Could be a Georgina. Could be a Georgina.
Georgina. Yeah. Georgie.
So that's the first one. And then the second one, we're going to be doing a web page because it's also Energy Saving Week this month. I don't know if you knew that. We've been trying to save some energy in our house by turning off the heating, and it's been freezing. Anyway, you just put a hat on, can't you? Then we're going to be creating a web page and that one. And then Ruth, final challenge. What's it going to be?
Creating a worksheet.
Wow, you make it sound rubbish.
I know it does. Worksheet is really boring.
Not a worksheet, Ruth.
I know.
No, don't say that. It's an infographic.
An infographic.
Yeah, an infographic, because that sounds techie and cool. It's going to be an infographic, and then you can send it digitally to your friends, and then they can like finish it off and put in the interesting facts and physical features and things like that. But it's also a good way to learn how to do an infographic, which is cool, as Ruth said. So, Ruth, no more nonsense. It's probably time to get going, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Ruth, come on. Let's get those energy levels up. Ruth, it's time to get going, isn't it?
Yeah. That's about as good as I can do.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, so what we're going to do is we'll start off by creating a cool bird graphic. Now, this is something, let me get it up on the screen. This is something that you can do for a display, just do to brush up your skills. Or one of the things I thought you could do with it is make them for early years. And you can send them down there and they can do like alphabet stuff with bird stuff. And yeah, and if you go through a whole load of different birds, you can do a whole load of different letters of the alphabet. There you go. Genius. Right. So let's start off. Oh, actually, you know what, Ruth, you can go first.
Oh, can I?
No,
okay. Because
no, what you can do is you can show them how to open the app first. This is for all our iPad friends.
Oh, yes.
Show them how to open the app. What are we doing first, please?
This is my iPad. So today we're going to be using two different apps. There's the Adobe Express app, which is where we're doing all of our bird stuff. So we just say bird stuff. And then we're going to be using Spark Page whenever we have to do our energy saving week. So Adobe Express, you're just going to tap on it. And then I'm already logged in. So you guys are going to log in. It'll just prompt you. And then in here is where you see all of our like example projects and stuff up here. And then down at the bottom, you've got home and your projects. You can just tap your projects. There's me, there's my face.
Yeah.
I just love looking at my face. That's it.
There you go.
Yep, there's some bird stuff in before. Yep. So in here we're going to do that, and then Don was going to show you, but we can go up to search all templates, and we can search in there if we want to, or we can hit plus and create a new project. So
yeah, good stuff. Thanks, Ruth.
Yep. You're welcome.
Right. Let me go to Adobe Express. So that was for if you're on an iPad or one of those kind of thingies. If you're on a laptop or a desktop or a Chromebook or any of those kind of thingies, then you're going to be going here to the homepage, express.adobe.com. And then here you can like you see, you know, the iPad and the browser version, they're really similar. And there's just some very subtle differences. But you can press the plus and then you could do something like custom sized graphic if you want. But we're going to search for a template. And what we're going to do is we're going to search for animal alphabet. There you go. Got it first time. I've been practicing my spelling. Right. Now, the one I'm going to go for is this one here, E for elephant. Just because it's a really easy way to start. If you've never used Express before, then this is a great way to start. And if you have used Express before, then that's fine too. Why is it going crazy? Let's refresh it again. It's not going crazy. There you go. Less crazy now. That's good. Okay. Now, one of the things that I'm going to do first, and it's probably the thing that I always forget to do, is give my project a name, because then it makes it easy when you want to search for things later. A parakeet poster. There you go. Alliteration. There you go. A bit of literacy in here as well. Yeah. Ruth is my #1 fan. So what can we do? What can we do here? Well, I've got I'm going to do a parakeet because, believe it or not, for some weird reason, there's a lot of parakeets around mine. I have no idea what that's about. We're all in the park. So I'm going to select that, and then I can press replace. Okay. Now, this is in design assets and illustrations, but actually I want to go into photos. So immediately it'll take you to design assets, illustrations, but I want to go to photos. And then I'm going to search the images here. Now, these images are all safe for school use, and they're all copyright free, which is great news. So I'm going to put parakeets in there. Now, you can choose kind of whichever one you want, really. Is that even a parakeet? There's no way that's a parakeet.
That looks more like a vulture or something.
It does look like a vulture. Let me go back to photos here. Is that a parakeet? Is it going to put it in? There we go. Put it in twice. There's no way that's a parakeet. There's no way on earth that that's a parakeet. Anyway,
no.
If you come across unexpected things like that, just select it, press replace, and then I'm going to go for this bad boy here. Nice. Right. Now it's pretty big, which I'm not so happy about, and it's also cropped and shaped it, which I'm not happy about either. So I'm going to drag it out so it's as big as it can possibly be. You won't have these kind of problems if you actually just do it a better way than me. But you can resize it. So I'll bring it down so it starts to fit in the frame. So you just grab the ends here, you see. And I could leave it sort of horizontal like that, but I think I want to sort of angle it slightly. And you can see it's cropped off some of the tail still. So I'll press crop and shape again. Oh, what a long and luscious tail. There we go. And then I'll also spinny it again. Now, that doesn't look so good, does it, Ruth Davidson?
No, it's a bit, looks like you've just it just fell on the page,
Yeah,
like
it looks like cutting stick or something. So what can I do with that, Ruth Davidson? What could I do?
You could remove the background.
What a great suggestion. Let's try that.
Fabulous tool of Adobe's that there is. So good.
Ruth is good at the head nodding. Let's remove background, and then it'll go and do all kind of fun stuff in there that I really don't understand. I have absolutely no idea how it works. I don't really mind, because then I can just press, yeah, thank you. That looks good. And then you can play around with where it sits. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now, other things that I would do here is, let's have a look. Now, this orange kind of background, you can see it's part of a group because it says group over here. So I'm going to ungroup it. And then I could open up my layer stack here and actually see this kind of rusty, browny, orangey thing. Going to highlight it, get rid of it. Didn't want to do that. What was going on there? Didn't want to do that at all. What's that one? I want to keep that one, but I don't want to keep that one. There we go. That's better. Ruth, everything's going wrong today.
I know, right? It's in here.
And then in terms of that background, it's kind of like a milky white. No milky white for me, thank you. So what I'm going to do is going to open up the color. What do we call it? Color palette?
Color palette. Yep. Let's go with that.
That's why Ruth's here, because she knows all the terms.
Or just pretends. Yep.
There you go. That's fine too. It worked for me. So that's where I'm at. And Ruth, I'm going to kick it over to you, and you can show people. Oh, she's already ahead. She's already doing things which are better than me. Ruth, you've got.
Not really.
Do you want to go from the start just to show them how to kick it off?
Sure.
Okay, let me get back on the screen. Otherwise, she just looks better than me from the get-go, and that's not fair.
So yeah, so like I said, in the iPad, you can tap on the top and just search for the template, the same way as Dom did. And I chose this one because I quite like that template. It's exactly the same. It's just different colors. On the iPad, then you just remix this premium template. The only difference is that you cannot rename it on the screen at the minute. Gotcha. On the iPad, if you do want to rename it, you just have to hit the little arrow on the top left to take you back. And then if you tap once, you'll see in here, this is how you can go back to edit and everything. And you'll see rename at the bottom. And then I can do, I'm going to do H is for heron. So heron. Yep.
Nice. Is that a native bird to your region?
Yes, I googled Northern Irish birds because I'm not good with birds, and I'm going to go to edit. It probably isn't, so somebody else can correct me. And then I did the exact
one in the whole of Northern Ireland.
One bird, and it's going to be on my Adobe sheet. So I am going to delete this image because if I go to replace, this is actually a design asset, which is more like a sketch. I want to get a photograph in. So it's just because yeah, exactly. It's because of the templates that we picked. We tried to be fancy. So same again, I'm going to go to add at the bottom, and then I've got photos or Adobe stock. Those two options are pretty much the same, just the Adobe stock takes you straight into the photographs, which I'm going to do. And then I'm going to search heron. And then you see, I tried some of these pictures. I know these are definitely not all herons either, to be fair. I'm going to try and find one that kind of looks like a full body one. I think I might go for the little dude in the ocean. Yep. So whenever you tap on it, it's in the ocean, and then a little tick appears in the top. And if I hit one, then it's going to appear. Oh, yes, sorry. It's going to come up with this. So on the iPads, you have to hit move freely to allow you to be able to move it around the page. If I don't, it will add it into the background as like a little collage of pictures, and it's harder to kind of edit. So I'm going to hit move freely.
Nice.
Boom. There it is. There's Fred.
So, that doesn't look very good because you're just covering up all your writing. What are you playing at?
It does. I mean, because the heron is so important that it just takes over the whole page. I don't want to do that. Now, this is where we're going to test this because I haven't tried this image yet. I'm going to hit remove background. I think it'd be pretty good. So at the bottom, I'm hitting remove background.
Yes.
I mean, there's no feet, but I'll go with it. I'll go with it. I'll
That's
make it work
okay.
for me.
They were stuck
I'll
in the
make it.
sand.
And then I'm going to just move it around, and I'm going to reposition.
Oh, fancy pants.
Yeah. And then I'm going to just change my text by double tapping. H is for heron.
You're miles ahead here.
Yeah. And then that's where I'm kind of at the minute. And then I'm probably just going to play around with like fonts and colors and stuff.
Gotcha. Well, let me show some fonts and color magic. Ruth upstaging me as usual. Right. So E for elephant. No, it's not, is it? It's not an elephant. It's a funny looking elephant if it is. It's P for parakeet. So let me just do P, and then P. Oh, sorry. And then we can go. P is for parakeet. Parakeet. There we go. Right. So I'm happy with that. But the thing that I'm not happy with is the color of this. Now I'm going to go all classical and go for black because that looks very stylish. And then this one here, I'll go for black too, because that's consistent design. Because if there's one thing that Ruth has taught me over the years, it's that consistent design is absolutely key. So we're keeping the font, we're keeping the colors the same. But in terms of the font, I'm not too happy with that. I'm going to be honest with you, Ruth. So I've got it selected, and I'm going to go to explore more. And then it gives me all sorts of fancy stuff. Oh, this one's quite cool. I've never seen that one before. Right, so let's have a look and see what that is. Ross Quadratic. They all have such fancy names. So I'm going to go down here, and instead of Harry text regular, what was it called again, Ruth?
Ross.
Ross. Just type it in. Ross. Yeah.
There
it was Ross Quadratic. Yeah. Now who's upstaging who, Davidson?
I'm trying to see, do I even have that font? I do not have that font. So
you need to explore. Right, maybe I've installed it at some point. Right, now a couple of things before I hand the baton back is well, we've got this background color here. You can see it in my layer stack. Now that is pretty uninspiring. I mean, what is that? It's like a sludge color. I'm not into that. So I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to go for my little dropper tool, eyedropper. And then I'm going to select it. And what that means is wherever you go on the page, you can select a color, which is it currently in your design. Let's go for like a deep yellow. Yeah. I'm liking that. Yeah, I'm going to start playing around with things here. There we go. And then also I've got this kind of, what is this? This is like a background. So what I'm going to do here is select it. I'm going to press replace and then go to design assets. I mean, there's all sorts of ways you can do this. What did I put in? I think background.
Background, I think was it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. And then you got all sorts of things. And I am looking for something pretty funky because the parakeet is a funky bird. What's that one like? Yeah. I'm digging it.
Kind of matching the feathers, you know, the wee pattern on the feathers.
Do you know what? I hadn't even noticed that. That's why Ruth's there.
Accidental excellence. That's what Dom is, you know.
That's called serendipity. That's what that's called. So you can go through and have a look at all sorts of things. That one's pretty cool as well. But there you go. And if you wanted to, you could change the size of this. But I don't want to because that looks rubbish. So I'm just going to use the back button on the top there, and then it just goes back into place. So I'm pretty much sorted there. By the way, just before I kick it over to Ruth, don't feel like you have to follow us like blow for blow here. You can just chill, take your time, do it at the pace that you want. You can pause us at any time. And quite frankly, I'd probably want to pause me too. But you can pause yourself at any time and then just kick it off again whenever you want. But we will be giving you sort of like 5 or 6 minutes to have a go and then submit your work to us live so we can show things on the screen and stuff like that. So don't worry about keeping up. And enough of that nonsense. Let's go over to Ruth. Ooh.
So I have decided because the feet were cut off, I put the feet right at the bottom, so it looks like it's on purpose.
Nice.
You gotta hide those little imperfections. And
Yeah.
then on the iPad, it actually, I don't know if the computer or the desktop has that version of the style, but on the iPad, whenever you tap on text, I can go at the bottom, and you'll see there's style just at the bottom right, and you get this little wheel kind of thing, like a wee spinny wheel. I'm so conscious of the way I say wheel.
That's what it's called in the trade, the spinny wheelie.
I know, a wee wheelie. And
A wee wheelie.
if I move it around, what it's going to do is it's actually going to basically shuffle all of the text options that are together and present me with some different options. So it's mainly just, I use this all the time whenever I don't really know what I'm looking for, for the styles. So I can kind of see, and it tests them all out for me rather than me having to do this manually. And I quite like that one, like the black with the text. However, my heron's feet are in the way. So on the iPad, there's no button to tap on layers. That's another difference between the iPad. And on the iPad, you always have to hit done in the bottom right to exit, to get back to your screen. So if I tap on this heron, what you'll notice is, like I said, there are not necessarily layers. They're just called order, which is the order of the layers that are there. Basically, the order of everything that's in your project. So if I go to order, it's currently on top of it. So if I move it backwards, you're going to see the little feet disappear. So that's how you can kind of sort things out. So I've got that behind. I've got my little H in a position that I'm pretty happy with, and you can see everything. And then I'm just going to tap on my background, and I'm going to replace. And because it's a design asset, it's already there. So hopefully this is all familiar to everybody, because Dom literally just did it. It is good to go over it. And then I'm going to make mine a grungy heron.
Oh,
no,
nice.
I don't know. I might change it. I was going for something else, but it looks, it's not bad.
Like a death metal heron.
It does, like a metal heron. And so I might actually stick with that one. And again, if I tap on my block with the little dropper in colors, you'll see there are little sliders. There's like a slider button on the color that's selected. If I tap on that, I can have my little dropper button, the same as Don was able to do. The only thing is the heron is not very exciting colors. I will say that.
No.
There's a weird brown on its leg or a gray. So I'm going to make it really bright. I've gone really bright. So gray's not bad. That was an accident.
Yeah, it looks good.
So I didn't mean to change the color. So you'll notice that my undo button has disappeared. It's not necessarily disappeared. It's just hiding. I have to hit done. So on the iPad, you always have to hit done. And then there's my little undo in the top right.
Which is that kind of arrow thing, isn't it?
Which is the wee arrow that bends. Yeah. So that's where I'm sort of at.
Very nice.
Just always trying to
Always trying new things. All right. Well, let me show people how to like download and share their work. Now, when these two processes are pretty similar across the two, a slight difference. So once you've got your project done, if you haven't renamed it already, definitely go in there and rename it, because that will be the file name that it downloads as. So you go up to download, you can see at the top there, and you can choose whichever one you like. I mean, actually, best for graphics, PNG, highest quality. Actually, if you're going to print it out, PDF is the best, but it depends on what you're going to do with it. PDF is good because it kind of allows you to resize things really easily as well. But I'm just going to go for a PNG for now, because I'm going to keep it digital. I'm not actually planning to print this one out. So start downloading. You'll see it goes down to the bottom of my computer. There it is. And then next thing is to share it. And I'm going to press share, publish. Now you can share it via Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, or you can create a link. And this will be pretty quick. Famous last words, but yeah, look at that. It's going great guns. And then it's going to come up with a link. You can send that to people. You can also put it in a new tab. And then it has its very own, boom, web page. There you go. That's pretty cool. And you can save it from there as well. You can just right click it and save it. So that's a cool thing to do. One quick thing before I give it back to Ruth is now if I was in here and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to zoom in, okay, and zoom in and zoom in, because I just noticed on the parakeet, it's got a lovely little sort of blue dot on the top there. And if I was going to be really kind of, picky, I might say, hey, I want my background to be like that as well. So I could go in there and find the blue. Hey. Now, the reason why I showed you that is because if I go back to fit, on screen, you can see it all again. The reason why I showed you that is now that I've made a change to my project, you'll see that even this one here, this is the published version. Even if I refresh that, it's still yellow. Why is it still yellow, Ruth Davidson from Nerve Center?
Because you haven't updated the link.
Ooh, you've just won a car. And you just won a caravan with an awning. So what we're going to do now is going to press share. Just waiting, we're saving your project. Come on. There we go. And then I press publish. And what it'll say is, well, actually, it won't say on this, which is a really weird thing about post. I don't know why it doesn't do it on that. But you'll have to update your link. So if I update it now, the link is still the same. That's crucial. The link is still the same. But once it's updated, I'll be able to go back to my page. And then if I refresh it, yeah, it did it.
Nice.
Look at that. So don't forget, any changes you make, you still gotta update it. Okay, Ruth, take us home.
Yep. So I am going to do the exact same thing as Dom. Don't forget to rename it on the iPad. You have to go back, tap on it, just to double check that you did rename it at the bottom. I can see there's the name along the top. H is for Aaron. It's a great name. I mean, it does what it really needs to do. So in here then, whenever I want to save it or publish it, I'm going to go to the very top right on the iPad. You're going to see a little half a box with an arrow jumping out. That means like send this somewhere, post it. And I'm going to export it as an image rather than transparent. So it is a wee bit different on the iPad. And then in here, I can do save image, or I can do copy link exactly the same way as what Dom did there. Or I can hit more, and then it will open it up in other apps that I have on my iPad and things. So I'm just going to hit save image because I'm going to save the image, and then I'm going to get copy link. Yeah, so it's on my iPad, which, as most people know, whenever it's in your camera roll, you can import it into any other app or put it up on Google Drive or anything like that, much easier. So if I hit copy link, it's going to do the exam. Mine failed to publish. Yay. That just happens sometimes. It's probably because I'm sharing my screen. It sometimes struggles. So you shouldn't hopefully get that. In fact, there it is. It's just decided to work now. Yeah, so that's my link copied. And then if I go to my Safari, I should be able to paste the link. And there's my little graphic. So
Ruth.
a bit pretty much similar, but a wee bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit more fiddly on the iPad. I must admit that it is a bit more fiddly.
It is a wee bit.
But it's worth the effort. Right.
It is.
What we're going to do now is let's get some things up here. First thing I'm going to do is put funky music on. Where's the funky music? Beating the Ducks, this track is called. I have no idea why. And then the other one I'm going to do is you can share your work with us. There it is. Now you can do that anonymously. It's dead easy. Let me show you on the screen. In fact, so if you can access short links and stuff like that, you would go to bit.ly/share express. And then in here, if you want to put your name, you can just put your first name. Talk to your teacher about that. They might not necessarily want you to do that. You don't have to put it in. It's not a required answer. Put your school in, but there you can put your link to your Adobe Express project. So there's mine. Okay. And then I could put like DT. That would be one of my many nicknames. My school is Davidson School of Hard Knocks. Yeah. And there we go. And then I just press submit. And that's going to fire its way over to me. I'm going to check it out. and I'm going to put some cool ones on the screen. So I'm going to give you about maybe till 13.50, 10 to 2 in old money, and then we'll see what's going on. And in the meantime, what am I going to do? What am I going to do in the meantime, Ruth?
I don't know. I was thinking about that.
Maybe I'll just try and do a completely new one.
You could try using the same. You should duplicate your template and see if you can do a different bird. You know, you said you were going to do the different alphabet.
Ooh, okay. I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Because in my project here, I can just go to the 3 dots at the top, you see them? And I can press duplicate and it'll say, what do you want to do? And then maybe give me a bird, any bird, Ruth. Any bird you like, I'll do it.
Eagle. That was my comic bird suggestion.
Ruth is clearly a keen twitcher.
Yeah.
So and while you're all getting on with yours, I'm going to try and do one in record time. We will see. There we go. So I just opened up the project and completely new one. You can see it's different because it's got a different name, Eagle Poster. So if you're wanting to recap any steps, you can do it here by watching me. Otherwise, just get on with your own stuff and send it into that link that you can see on the screen. Okay, E is for Eagle. Again, if you need to, you can press an image or click an image and then press replace. Eagle. Ooh.
Those are some good images, you see. You could do a nice
are,
flying one.
Yeah. This is a bad boy. Oh, actually, one of the things I always think is like, you've got to think about the shape, haven't you? Or the shape, as you would call it. And you've got to make you got to make sure that it's going to fit. Because I wanted to do this one, but it's really wide, so the head and the body would be really small, which is a shame.
Oh yeah. The one below it, those quite good.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. So I've got it selected still. Press replace, and then was it this one here?
I think so. Yeah, I'll try that one and see.
That one should fit quite nicely, I think. And actually, what's cool about that is it's already had the background removed, which is quite good. So I didn't even have the pleasure of doing that myself. You see where the lines crisscross? It means, what does it mean, Ruth?
It means that I'll be very happy because it's all symmetrical and lined up. I use those alignment tools so much. I love them.
Yeah, they are good.
Then you know it's centered.
Yeah. E is for Eagle. Let's change the background so I can open up a layer stack slightly easier on the browser. Color for Eagle, it's got to be yellow, isn't it, really?
Yep.
It's got to be like a golden yellow, because you can get golden eagles. I think, isn't this a golden eagle? Ruth, keen twitcher?
Yep, let's say yep. Golden eagle did come up on my bird Google though, so there you go.
Ruth,
birds of prey. So prey.
Well, I feel like the eagle is quite a strong character. So maybe this kind of background. It's a funny one, that one. I'm not sure what I think of that. What if I go into backgrounds? I wonder what's going to happen here. Search backgrounds. Maybe put something strong. I've never done this before. No results. There you go.
Oh, strong. Do you know what's a really nice one? This, what is it, like texture? Is a good word to search.
Texture. You see, Ruth always upstaging me. Right,
no way.
Let's go. What have we got? This looks kind of Aztec-y.
Oh, see, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, there we go. We like that. If you want to see how to share it again, you can download it here. And you see, because I've got a different file name now, it's going to be Eagle Poster. You can download it. It's going to go right down the bottom corner here. Boom, done. And then share, publish. And then you got all the Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, all of that kind of stuff. So it already created me a link, which is good. So it actually created a published version when I duplicated it. which I thought was quite cool. There we go. Share it by classrooms, teams, blah, blah, blah. And if I put that link into there, hey, what's going on here? Not happy with that. Let me update my link. I think that's what's probably scuppering this one. Didn't take my own advice. Okay. So what's this one? Oh, the same link. That's interesting. Right, let's put it in now again. What have we got? E is for eagle. Boom.
Looks good.
Right. What time are we on here? Oh, well, it's time. Let me go and have a look. Let's see what we've got going on here. Whoa! What in there? Loads of people. School of Sandwiches. Someone's in the School of Sandwiches.
That's my school. That's my school. Yep.
Is that your school? I thought you were going to be the Scallion Academy.
I know. Oh man. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that for my next one.
That'd been a good one. Let's see. Oh, F is for flamingo. Oh, it's a disco flamingo.
Nice background. Yeah, I like the background.
I'm liking the disco flamingo. Someone from St. David sent me something funny there. See if you can generate your link again. Hey, party time. Everyone's doing party flamingos.
Yeah.
It's a flamingo fiesta.
Quack, 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 quack. It's pretty accurate.
I'm into that.
Yep, me too. It's a good picture of that duck, see? Yep.
Yeah, it is. Hey, like the background's good because it reminds me of the leathery skin of the elephant.
Ooh, yeah.
I like the way they've put it on the bottom here, by the way, on the duck. I thought that was good.
It's nice. St.
David's are absolutely rocking the house here. Here's for Panda. And they've done a bit of animation. Hang on a minute. Isoza, are you one step ahead already? Looks like you are, buddy. Honestly, I'm not, I'm all for digital leaders, but when they upstage us like that, I'm not sure about that. Let's have a go. Let's have a gander. S is for seagull. Oh, nice. They've used an illustration there, I think.
Oh, the little doodle one. That's nice.
Yeah, a little doodle. Right, you see these links here. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Right, let me zoom. Zoom. And let's go to 200. Right, where was I? These links here, like this one here, that's the one that you've taken from your browser, right? So you've taken this one from your browser. No one else can see that apart from you. You have to press share and publish. No one else will be able to see that link if you just share that with us. So I won't be able to open that one up or the next one or the next one. Let's go for this one. Yeah, I like it. Hey, you could try and remove background. Try remove background on that flamingo. That'd be cool. Gosh, this is too big for me now. That is right. Where are we? Let's try that. S for classy. Very classy.
I like the little orchid or the little flower. It's probably not an orchid.
Could be an orchid.
No, it's good.
You're full of you just know everything about nature.
Birds, flowers, everything. You guys just come to me for your info,
P is for penguin. Love that. I love what you've done with the text there. Very cool. Let's have a look. Nice. Hang on a minute. Does a flamingo go quack?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I like what you do.
Yeah.
Hey, the flamingos, they might go quack. Still stuff coming in. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Whoa. Oh, phonetic spelling.
Nice.
Well.
That eagle is terrifying.
Yeah.
That is an intense eagle. I like it.
And they've got some icons in there as well, which I really like.
Very good.
Another few. T is for tiger. Sweet.
I like the graphic side's good. I don't always need a photograph.
Yeah. Again, this really long link that you can see here, can't use that. It's got to be a share and publish link. Let's keep going. Whoa! Look at that, Ruth. Now that's more Ruth style.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Black and white, love it. And the nice chunky text.
Like a poster from the 80s. I love it. That's a good one. Good background. See if you can do remove background on that eagle. That is an absolutely incredible eagle photo that you've chosen there. Let's have a look.
And they are definitely royalty for sure.
You're a dog lover. You're a big dog lover.
Yeah, my dog is currently trying to get in the room because he's been locked. Because he would just be over in the room.
I bet your dog is. Hey, that's a good one.
That's a good one. I like the color scheme.
Keep them going. Right, there's that one again. Yeah, G is for guinea pig. Love it. I was gonna guinea pig. Yeah, try the remove background tool on that, and then press share and publish again. P is for parrot. Yeah, nice use of shades.
I love it. I love how it could be any bird, but it's parrot.
It's clearly a parrot. It's clearly a parrot.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to open up these two, and then we'll move on. Okay, let's have a look. Who's doing all the phonetics? That's such a great idea. I'm going to update my ideas on this one. Whoa.
That's very cool.
Mind blown.
You have, they've used a lot of the remove background to good effect. You know, that's really good.
That is tremendous. Right, well,
I like to imagine it's like a bird committee meeting, you know, like they're all...
Or maybe it's the attack of the birds on the elephants, who knows?
Attack of birds, yeah, it could be that too.
Right. Challenge 2. Challenge 1 accepted. Challenge 2. Challenge 1 completed. Challenge 1 excelled. Challenge 2 now is creating a web page. Let's turn off feeding the ducks. We don't need any feeding the ducks anymore. Good stuff. And then I'll keep that share your work banner on. Why not? Why not? Okay. Create a web page for Energy Saving Week, because it is Energy Saving Week this month. Maybe it's now, actually. Ruth, Google it in the background so I don't look like an idiot. Come on. I'm not sure what dates it is now, because it was a long time ago when I decided we were going to do this. But you do have a template of example text which you can click, or you can do your, Ruth Davidson thing where you hold up your camera and it'll come on. Ruth, when is Energy Saving Week?
It was last week, 17th to the 23rd, but it doesn't mean you don't have to save energy.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you don't need to learn how to create a web page as well. So there you go.
Exactly.
So template of example text if needed. There it is. This is what we're going to use. So get in there and start using it. I'm just going to copy this title here. This is how you create a web page in Adobe Express. I'm going to click the home button so I can get home. Actually, Ruth, why don't you show them the app quickly, and then I'll take it over again. Right.
No problem. So remember I said that we'd be using 2 apps today. So we've used Adobe Express. We're going to use Spark Page, which again is just the same suite of apps. It just looks a wee bit different. So if I tap on that, again, you're going to log in. Once you've logged in, it's going to give you some inspiration, which actually is really nice. We always need some inspiration. Again, exactly the same as Express. On the bottom left is going to be like example projects, and on the bottom right is all your own work down there. And to create a new one, we're just going to hit the big plus symbol at the bottom, and that creates a blank project, and we're straight into creating web design, which I really love.
Great. You're as smooth as butter now. You're as smooth as butter, honestly. So what we're going to do here is, these two are really similar, aren't they, Ruth? Like the iPad app and the desktop are really similar, aren't they? So we will do it twice. Yeah, we will do it twice, but you should be able to keep up quite nicely on this one. But don't forget, you can pause us whenever you want and then catch back up again. Right. So like Ruth did, she opened her app, but we just do it from the main one, and we main screen. We press the plus in the top left there, this one here, and then go down to web page. Now, it looks exactly like Ruth's now. I think there's only maybe 1 or 2 things that are different. How can we save electricity? Well, there's our title in there. And then this was written by a superb teacher called Chris Yules. And I don't want to claim his work, although I would love to because it's really good. So I'm going to put his name in there, make sure he gets the credit. And then here, it's on a grey background. We do not leave grey backgrounds in these sessions. We do not. People who leave grey backgrounds get kicked out. Simple as that. No questions asked. So what can you do with this header? Well, you could go to the plus here and you could change it from a photo header to a short cover. That's more like a website type thing, really, but I'm going to do like a web presentation. Could do a split layout. Some people quite like that. I'm not a massive fan. I would rather do a cover because it gives you the opportunity to put a photo in which looks incredible. So let me put it in. Electricity. Oh, sunsets. Sucker for sunsets. Right, that one's in there. I really like it. Now you can kind of reposition where your title goes. Maybe I'll put it at the top so it's in between these beautiful pylons. Are they called pylons? They are called pylons, aren't they?
I think so. Unless that's an American thing, but I've always called them pylons. So
yeah, I think they're called pylons. And then it says scroll to start writing the story. So I'm going to scroll. Now I'm going to start off with a split layout. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is get my first question and first answer, copy it, go back to my page. Now on the right hand side, you're going to have some text. On the left hand side, you're going to have an image, right? So I'm going to press the plus, go to text, and then I'm going to paste mine in. Okay. Now that looks pretty boring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start formatting this text so that it looks much more attractive. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to format the question. Now you can do header 1, which is pretty big. You can do, come on, header 2, that's pretty small. Or this one that looks swanky. And I like that. Yeah, I do like that. Or what I might do is I might change it to header 2 and then use that quote function. So I can just put my my cursor in here, press return, cursor in here, press return, and then I could use the quote function on this bit, which is like simply put, this is what energy is. So that's kind of a way to show people, hey, look, this is a really good way to, you know, like in newspapers where you'll have like really key points and they'll be in bigger text. That's a good way to do it. And then on the left-hand side, electricity still in my saved image library. Ooh. This one looks good. Happy with that. That looks pretty good. Ruth, shall we kick him over so that you can show them on an iPad, please?
No problem.
Okie dokie.
So I took Tom's advice and went for sunset.
And you co-credited it as well?
I did co-credit it, although my name is first, so that's fine. Even though I've literally created nothing of this content. So yeah, so exactly the same. That's the good thing between the iPad and the browser version is that there's very little difference. If I decide I want to change this photograph, I can go to replace. And if I go back, these are the options. This is where the iPad is just very slightly different. These are the options that you have. If you want to search the Adobe stock images, you just do find free images, and then you can search in there. So I searched electricity. I will say though, on the iPad, the photographs are very small. Right, yeah. So I'm having to squint a lot because the iPad's down here.
Squint
so let's
warning.
say we'll go with that. Yeah, I know, squint warning. And then on the iPad, I just scroll down, and if I hit plus, I can choose split layout, and that's how I created in here. Exactly the same. Tapped on it, got a photograph. Forgot the word photograph. That was good. It's going well. I'm just going to delete my text here just to show you, because this is something that annoys me very slightly on the iPad. It's a wee bit tricky to do. So Dom was able to just very easily cut out a piece of his paragraph. On the iPad, it's a wee bit harder. So there's the paragraph that I have. If I wanted to do exactly what Dom did and like cut out the middle bit to make it into a quote or make it stand out a wee bit more, instead of selecting it and cutting it out and pasting it, I'm just going to hit return just before it starts, or enter, return, enter, whatever you want to say on the keyboard. And then just after it ends, I'm going to do that. So I have 3 distinct paragraphs. And then when I click on the middle paragraph, I can go to quote along the top, and it looks exactly the same. Anything to save time and me trying to fiddly do it, that's the easiest way I find to do that.
Hey Ruth, why does yours look different from mine, please? What on earth did you do without permission?
I got so excited I choked. Hold on a second. So Mine looks a bit different because for some reason on the iPad, it just starts me on this theme. So the main thing is, remember
Don't
in,
give me that.
yeah, I know, Adobe
Don't give
Express,
me that.
we're able to change all the colors and everything of the text. In here, you don't have that option because it's all determined by the theme. So on the iPads, the theme is actually, there's like a little magic wand at the top with little magic coming out of it. If I tap on that, that's where my theme is. You can see I actually have a brand theme up here, but you will hopefully just see these ones and you can pick whatever one. So if I choose Baldwin, my text, like the font changes, the color changes. So I actually quite like, before I start putting loads of content in, I usually just go through these. Dawn probably knows all of these off by heart and can like, I'm going to test you later to see if you know like
Oh
themes.
no, I know about 4. I know about 4 of them, I reckon.
Yep. So I'm going to just, I might go for that one because I like capitalized text. That's my sort of favorite thing. And yeah, so you can kind of play around with that. But yeah, so that's how you do themes and things on the iPad.
Cool. Right.
Boom.
Let's get back here. So I've done one split layout. It's not as good as Ruth, but it's all right. And then they can do another one dead easily. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you was, if I go to scroll down, split layout again, text on one side, format the questions all using the same formatting option. That would be my major thing. Right. And what I can do here, let me just go onto the right-hand side and then I'll put something like plug. Okay, that's a good one. Use memorable images. That's a good thing to do. And then one of the things that you can do here is you can actually, what do you use electricity for? Right, let me grab that as a question. And then let's just go to YouTube, for example, and then go to something like, what do you use electricity for? Now let's pretend that I've checked this video and it's electricity 101. That one looks like a good one. Or NG science, that looks pretty good. So let me copy that link address. And then if I go back to my page now, look what I can do. I see Ruth didn't show you this, did she? Hey.
No, because I'm too afraid to open YouTube on my iPad. I don't know.
And then I'll put the YouTube image in, click save. There you go. It's an embedded video. Simple as that. Really simple. Love it. Right. Now, last thing I'm going to show you. Well, actually, let me change my theme just because I can't have Ruth doing that without permission and then just pretending like it's not a thing. Right. So let's do that. So you can see it's changed things like the font and also, the formatting, but as long as it's all consistent, I'm happy with that. Now, for my 3rd and 4th paragraphs, these ones here, I'm going to do these as a glide show. Now, glide shows make you look like a pro. So we're looking at renewable energy. That's the first one. And then we're also talking about fossil fuels in the next one. So for my section 3 and 4, I'm going to hit glide show. And then the first thing I wanted to search for was renewable. So that'll be renewable energy. Let's get something with lots of lovely solar panels and that kind of thing. I love that one. That's nice. And then I can put fossil fuels. Boo, yes. And then what can I do? I'll look for something with like really smoky stacks. There were a few of them. This one's cool. And then click save. Now, what that means is I've now got a 3rd section and a 4th section, and look the way they glide from one to another. Ooh, Ruth's jealous.
Oh, I love it.
And then let's get section 3. I've moved my text box over to the right-hand side, put it in. I'm going to be consistent with my formatting. And then let me Google something like renewable energy and show you what I can do here. Right. EDF, and let's do the UN. Let's get something from the UN. Okay, what is renewable energy? So if I copy that link, right, look what I can do with that link here. I can press the plus, go to Bhutan, and then what is renewable energy? There we go. And then in the next box, I can paste that link in. I'm going to align it to the center so it looks beautiful. And there it is. I've got a button which clicks through to another web page. That was dead easy, wasn't it? And then we grab section 4 and scroll down. Maybe I'll pop this one right in the center. and then formatting as it was before, header 2. And then here, maybe I could do something fancy. Nah, that looks rubbish.
It's your thing.
Yeah, I was trying to make it look all loads better. But act now and make a difference. Maybe I'll go to act now and maybe I'll highlight it. Hang on, act now, highlight it, and then what I can put in a hyperlink here. So so I can put act now climate change. What am I going to get here? Act now is the United Nations campaign for individual action on climate change and sustainability. Well, well. If you didn't realize, I just nailed it. So there we go. Save, act now, make a difference. What I could do here is put that on a new line. Oh, if I put header 2 on here, I think it strips out the link. No! It did as well. Oh,
Can you
can't
add it
put a
back
link
in?
on it too. Oh, it's still there.
No, oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Let me just check that link is still there. Is it? Yeah, great. I could censor it. There you go. That's a bit fancy. And then once you're done, you can scroll up to the top and check this out. Press present. It's loading. And now I can just use left and right arrows to scroll through. How can we save electricity? Section 1. Use consistent formatting of the questions. Had a little quote in there to make people make sure that they read that. Section 2, I got a video. I can play it. I don't have to leave the page. That's pretty cool. And then section 3, snazzy. What is renewable energy? I could click that and it would take me through to a new section, a new page, even new tab. Or I could just watch this. Do you see that? The way it just left.
No, I love that.
There it is. And then act now, make a difference. Click that. And it pulls that up. And if you want to share it, you can press share, publish and share link. Boom! Create a link. And these are pretty quick as well. So very simple. Ruth, what have you got for us? What have you got?
Well, I was waiting because the glide show is very slightly different on the iPad. So I don't have mine's not looking as good as yours, but that's okay. So again, we've got the dual side of the split view. You can swap that just with the wee arrow in the middle, but I like the difference. It looks nice. And then down at the bottom, I'm going to hit glide show, and you can see it looks a wee bit different on the iPad. It's just because we're going to select all the images. So if I hit find free images, and I'm going to do electricity, and I'll just do that, sure. So that's my first one. So anything that is selected is going to be added into my glide show. So if I tap here, you can see it starts to add them underneath.
Nice.
And I can do that. And then I can do like power plant. So it's probably just going to show me. Oh, it isn't. I thought it was going to show me plants. Okay. And then I can reorder them. So I actually want the renewable one underneath. So I've got this one selected and I can just hit the little up arrow. And that's as easy as it.
Right.
It's just slightly different. Yeah. So it can kind of jump up, jump down. And then once I've got all my images, I can hit done. And then it's going to take me exactly the same as what Dom had. And then I can go in and I can add my text from in here. So I can just copy. So this is just Google Docs. It's the only thing with the iPad, everything is in different apps, which isn't probably the most fun to watch, me just flick through apps. But there you go.
Got to do, isn't it? So they've got to see it.
Yeah. I actually think that's probably the wrong one about that. But again, I can also, oh, hold on. Let me just point out, I also have a video, boom, in my.
Oh, nice.
Took me a while, but I got it. So I can do button, and I can do act now, and I can go to the exact same thing that Dom had. There's the UN about it. So you can see how you can add things in. I'm just going to make mine a button. And do it that way. And then, you can add in energy or, a title, energy, things like that. And then as I scroll, I'll get those little bars or the boxes. I'm trying to figure out, can I move the entire box to the middle? That's what I was currently working on.
You should be able to. Can you just tap off it and then just go on it and hold and move? See if that does it.
Yeah. See.
Nice.
So I can go. There it is, middle. That's what I wanted. See, what would I do without you, Dom? I will need you. I just have never actually done that before. I always just leave it as standard, but I wanted to try that. So on the iPad, yep, you just drag it over. And then, so you can just fill in those little boxes. And then if I've finished, imagine I've filled all that in, because to be honest, nobody wants to watch me flick through apps while I get content in. Exactly the same as what Dom did, is I'm going to go to that little box with the arrow jumping out. Remember, on the iPad, that means like export or send to. If I tap on that, I can get into here, and down in share, I can tap the little arrows, and that's going to create like a little link for me, or I can paste. I think I'm just going to do the wee clipboard actually, because I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's the one, because that copies it to your clipboard, which is where everything copy and pastes from. And I'm going to turn off get noticed, because I don't want it to be shared publicly for everybody. I'm going to keep this private, which is the way I want it, because I'm a private person. And I'm going to do create unlisted link, so you can actually see whenever if it is selected, it's going to say public link. And if it isn't selected, it's going to say unlisted. So really good, because I would usually forget to turn those things off. So it reminds you that it's going to be public. And I'll do create unlisted link. It's going to copy it for me. And then I can paste it in the same way that Dom showed you into that little digital leaders thing I think you're going to show. And then if I just hit cancel, because that's how you do it, you don't hit cancel. I'm just going to show you how to present. You know, like Dom presented his, and it looks really snazzy. On the iPad, all you have to do is hit the little play button in the top right. I don't know why I'm pointing. You can't see there. If I hit preview, then it's going to look much nicer, and you can just scroll down, and it looks. I like how the images move. I really like that, because it reveals them. And so again, I can hit play, and the video pops up. So on the iPad, it's very, very similar in this regard. So very
cool. Nice one. Right. Let's give you 5 minutes to share your work, or to just complete what you've got. Let me put a little bit of music on. Probably not too long with this one, because it's pretty straightforward. And I'll just show you on the screen how you would do that. So I'm going to copy my link. And then what's the link on the screen?
Did we show focal points, by the way?
Hey?
Did we show focal points?
Remember, you mean like a gallery?
Focal points.
Oh, focal points. Yeah, look, I'll definitely show that. So again, you can put your stuff in here, and then put your link in, and then it will pop up in Scallion School. There it is, on the first page. And someone's got in there. Well, that's a post.
Wow.
Cool. That's good. Right. While you're tinkering around with your masterpieces, let me just show you things like focal points. So let me try and find an image where this might make us. Let's have a think.
The plug, maybe? See the one? Oh, they're all plugs. I just realized. The one that's got, it's just right at the tippity top of your screen. The one to the right, because the plugs are to the left. One might be.
Oh, actually, let's use this one because then you've got the design on the wall, and you've got the lady there as well. So if you click on the image and then press focal point, you can choose whether you want it to center on the lady, and then you can click save, and she comes more into the center, or you could put it right over to the left hand side, and you probably wouldn't even see that design now, only just. Or you could flip it right the other way, and then click save, and then you can't see the lady anymore. That's a way of messing around with those. What else we got? I mean, you can. One of the good things with glide shows as well is if you click on one of the photos in your glide show, you can go to edit photos, and then you could replace this one. And let's say I did it with this one. It will keep all the text in as well, or famous last words. Anyway, let's just say, yeah. So it keeps all the text in, so you can do that, and also you can add in new sections as well. So if I make sure that neither image is selected and then go to that, it'll put it in. And like Bruce did before, you can move that to various places. And then you'd have your first image, second image, third image. Now watch this, actually, this is quite an interesting one. Well, it's not that interesting, but hey, I'll send you anyway.
I'm interested, you keep going. I'll look interested.
If you don't fill out the text box, then the text box won't appear. So there's the first text box. There's the second. I told you it wasn't that interesting. And then there's the third one. But if you wanted to, you could. There's your dog. I can hear your dog.
No, I just heard him. I was about to go tell him off, but it's okay.
So maybe as soon as you do put text in, and if I make that H2 and then center it, then when I go back to present,
This
there it is
is
in the background. And there you go. But don't forget that if I escape to come out of that, and if I put my page link in there, you'll see that I'll need to update it because it hasn't got that second glide show image in there. You see, in between that sunsetty one and the fossil fuels one, because I'll need to go in, press share, publish, and it will say, "We noticed you made some changes to your project." And then you say, "Update link." And then when you go back then to your page, once it's done its thing, and then if I refresh this, refresh, then it'll come down and it'll do one section, two sections, first image, nothing to see here, final image, see? There you go. Right, what have we got going on? Blimey! Loads of people sending in posts. I was still waiting for pages. Oh, St. John's, Dernafloor. Someone tried to send in a page, but you gave us that link again. That one that's in your browser. You can't send us the browser one. No dice there. You have to press share on the top here. You have to press publish, and you have to get the link or update the link or whatever it is you're going to do. That's how you need to share your pages. Let me refresh and see if we've got any pages coming in.
Loads of posts.
Yeah. There are thousands and thousands and thousands. Let's go right down to the bottom. What do we got? Still waiting for some pages. Let's check out some posts while we're waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Very nice. You can double click that text and then just delete it. That'll be good. What have we got here? Yeah.
He is from Bold Eagle.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that. Hey, dandy do. What's a dandy do?
From a show or something, I don't know.
Brilliant. Love it. Oh, we got pages. The first one is Isabel. Isabel nailed it. Very nice. Using a split layout, I like it. Who's this one? Who's this? Isoza again. Nice. All into one section.
Ooh, question mark.
Yeah.
I like the image. It's good.
Keep them coming. Isabel and Isoza. First one's off the blocks. Let's have a look.
The pages do take a wee bit long.
Yeah. Do you know what? Some people do really like that, and I've started to warm to it. You know, the way that they have the images all on the same side. I never used to be a huge fan, but actually I think, things like these, pages like this from me make me think, yeah, don't mind what you a good thing there. Look at that.
Oh, she even
stuff.
found the same YouTube video. Nicely done.
On ledge. There you go. Perfect glide show. Finishes off with a split layout. Do you know what? That's a great one. I'm a big fan of that. Someone sent in one of those long links again. No, thank you. Can't see those. Can't see those. Tom. Good initial image. Very interesting. Good split layouts. Good split layouts. Good glide show. Photo gallery.
I like that. Yeah.
Tom.
And wow.
Yes, I know. Tom excelling himself. Easy steps to saving energy. Oh, nice. I do like them when they're like this. I do. Very good formatting. Electricity. Nice. Yeah, good stuff. Into that. Definitely into that. Where are we going here? That's the same one again. Let's go here. What have we got? Anonymous. That's an unusual name. I like it. With great power comes an even greater electricity bill.
Google quotes. I like that's the best bit.
This is cool. This is cool. They've done really well there. Very well done.
I like the formatting on they had like bold Y and then italic we used and then bold electricity. That was very clever.
They had Aoife and Callum. Nice, nice, nice. Very clean, very simple, very stylish. St. David's primary child, cool. Nice. See if you can format the questions differently from the answers. Very nicely done though. Very simple, very effective. Here's the video. For more info, here's the video and you can play it now. It's actually Express video. Very cool. They've made that themselves. Nice. That is going above and beyond. Look, they're all flooding in now. Right. St. David's are rocking the house today.
I like to guess what the image is going to be. You know, whenever you open it, like blurred.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah. Looking good, isn't it? 2-minute showers. You're never going to get me taking a 2-minute shower. My legs are too long.
Very good.
Zach. Ooh, embedded a photo.
We didn't even show that. Excellent.
No, we didn't. That's because he is. You see that long link? Can't access that because it's your private link. You need to do share and publish. Great stuff. Isabel, she's back. You might have to share and publish again. You might not have updated your page, Isabel. Katie. Oh, nice way to start with a gallery.
I like that. Yeah.
Katie getting all fancy. There you go. Justenergy.com is her link. Good stuff. Let's throw a post in there just for good measure. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, let's keep it going. Yeah, good stuff. Isabel's back again. Isabel, what's going on? And then the sales is back. They're all just back once again, like Renegade Masters. What is going on? Right, what I'm going to do now is we're going to move on. Right, okay. Next section. Let's turn off this infernal music. There we go. I don't mind it. Right, graphic design challenge 3. Right, we haven't got loads of time because I just kicked back and relaxed for a bit there. So let's crack on with this. Create a bird infographic. Now, what I need to do for this is change the banner. There's where are the banners? Example banners, is that in there? Right. If you need to, there's a banner here. There you go. Let's do A4. If you need the dimensions for A4, but here it is. But here's how you create a bird infographic. So let's go back here. Let's get rid of that. Let's go here. Right. What I'm going to do is Yeah, saving. You can save whatever you like. I want the page. Right. Go to plus. I'm going to go to custom size graphic here. Okay. Now, let's pretend it's for print. Okay. So let me just do that again. If you just missed it, come on. Too many tabs open. I've got about 115 tabs open because of everyone's examples. Custom size graphic. And then go to print, and let's just say A4, because that's an easy one for the printer to deal with if you're thinking about printing these out. Right, now, first things first. What I'm going to do is, what am I going to do? Let's have a look. I'm going to do this. Right, okay, fine. The first thing I'm going to do is going to go to shapes, and then I'm going to go for a square shape. I can't resist it. I just love it.
I know.
It's just so good. And then I'm gonna... not impressed at all.
No, I don't care.
And then I'm going to go for this green one here because it's a bit like my parakeet. I'm going to go back to the parakeet, back to what I know. Right. And the reason why is because I want to create a kind of panel of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put my birdie in there. So what I'm going to do is going to select that, stick it roughly where I think it should go. And then I can select it, duplicate it. Then see the way it does that, the lines, that's pretty cool. So that's telling me roughly, yeah, that's okay. I'm happy with that. That'll do. Right. So those boxes seem to be roughly the kind of size I want. Then I'm just going to duplicate it once. That's fine. Duplicate it again. Ooh. Okay. So maybe I'm going to have to reduce the gaps a bit here to make sure that this last one doesn't kind of flow onto the bottom there. So maybe I'll move those up a bit. There we go. That is round about right. And then that they all align, so that's kind of nice. And just roughly keep them the same sort of distance apart. That's okay for me. I'm okay with that. Right. Now I'm going to put in a photo. So let's go for parakeet again. So you can do it on anything. This is just a way to create a worksheet for people. Maybe I'll go for this one. Is that even a parakeet? Is it a parakeet? Ruth, tell me, you're the bird watcher. Is it a parakeet?
No.
No, it doesn't matter. It is fine. That's fine.
Probably is, right? It's probably a parrot. Do you think it's just picked up very similar?
Maybe a parakeet is a type of parrot. Who knows? And then I've pressed crop and shape on it. Let me show you. So I've selected the photo, and then over here I've got crop and shape. Right, so crop and shape. And then draw the lines, just tuck them in slightly so that they match up with the boxes. Same on here, matching up with the box above. There we go. And then that one's already matched up, so that's quite cool. So here we go. We've got the bare bones of a pretty nice looking infographic. Please, Ruth. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some text in. So what did I do here? Bird name and then a line. Bird name, colon, line. Okay. So I can just add my text in straight away. So bird name and then colon and then a few dotted thingies like that. Dotted thingies. And then I'm going to get it all onto one line. There we go. Okay. So I'm happy with that. Maybe I need to put in a few more, what do they call them? Underscores, maybe? And then I'm going to get them all onto one line. There we go. Now I can put that at the top. And then it's going to align it for me using that pink dotted line. That means it's centered to the whole document. And then if I want to change things like the fonts, yeah, maybe I will actually. That one's pretty good. Whoa, that's changed things quite significantly. I wasn't expecting that. Maybe I'll explore more. That one's kind of nice. Do you know what? I'm going to go back to that one because I used it before and I thought it was cool. I'm going to roughly get it so it stretches from one side to the other. That'll do. Right. Now, all I need to do is I need to label these boxes. So I've got things like interesting fact, physical features. Let's get those done first. So because I'm going to keep the same font, I'm going to keep the same color and things like that, I'm just going to duplicate it. And then I can pull this down and then interesting facts. There we go. There we go. And then I can play around with the size. There you go. And now I've got that. I'm going to pop that at the top there. Yeah, it's aligning itself with random things that I don't particularly want it to align it to. So I'm just using my arrows there. And then this is slightly smaller than the title, so I'm just going to duplicate that. And then I can change that to things like physical features. There we go. And then I won't do the other two. So you'll see that, because there's more letters on this one, I need to stretch the box out. It'll go onto one. And now I'll just tuck it in a little bit. There you go. That'll do. As long as it's aligned with the box in terms of height, and then the font on the other side, I'm happy with that. So that's how you create your text. And to put it into more boxes, you can just duplicate once, bring it down. You can see the 3 lines keeping you honest, and then same again here. There we go. That was pretty quick.
That was really quick.
Ruth.
Yep.
It's time.
Yep.
Okay.
Time.
There we go. Ooh.
I cheated. I just opened the one I did last time. So I'm back in. I was only just for the crossover. So we're back in Adobe Express on the iPads, not Adobe Page. And I'm going to go to the plus symbol. Now, what you'll notice is that unlike Dom, on the iPads, I don't actually have a custom size. I'm just double checking here. Custom size. So
we saw this last time, didn't we?
Yeah, so what I like to do on the iPads is I like to go to solid color to start. So I'm going to go solid color, and I'm going to choose white as my background just because that's what pages look like. And along here then you've got custom, so you can type in the size that's scrolling along the bottom of the screen if you want to, or I can just scroll over to print and there's my A4.
Nice.
So it's very similar. So I can just go to done. And then I'm just going to delete. Actually, I will actually change that to my bird name because it's already there. So why not use it? This is where I struggled on the iPad last time because I really struggled to find the underscore. Is that it? No, that's a minus. So I'm going to do something a wee bit different on the iPad. I'm going to use just a line, a shape that's a line. So I'm going to just do bird name here. And I'm going to start with my bird name just because my box was already there.
Hey, look, we got a comment. We got a comment here from Meredith. Do you know that Meredith Jones is actually the voice of Norman Price from Fireman Sam? And he's a teacher now. And he's on our session. Honestly, I promise you that.
Cool. Yeah. That's fair. I used to love Fireman Sam. Yeah, I love Fireman Sam. That's how we say
Fireman
it.
Sam.
Just sounds a wee bit more boring.
And you got work to do.
Yeah, that's really cool. Actually, that's a good point because if I go to resize, whenever I'm creating one, you can actually go to, this is where I'm not going to be able to find it. Yes, whenever you go to create, you can see there's YouTube thumbnail is actually a resize option. So it will do it correct size of a YouTube thumbnail. So good point. That's a very good point. I do that actually quite a lot for our work stuff because it's quick. That's why I like using this. So I'm going to go to shape and I'm going to search square. And there's my nice solid square. So you don't want to go for an outline of one because I don't know if you can fill it with the shapes.
Yeah, good point.
I think you have to go for a solid black one and then change the color. So I'm going to make it a bit smaller. Mine are going to be a wee bit fiddly. And then I'm going to go to down at the bottom and edit. You can see duplicate. So I do have the same option. Mine are quite small actually, but that's all right. I'll make it work. Yeah, and then I'm going to duplicate again. And there was 4 boxes, wasn't there? And duplicate again. Oh my goodness, it's like perfect. I planned it.
You nailed that. How you managed that?
Yeah, I know. Surprised myself. And then, like I said, I'm going to go to the shape and I'm actually just going to type in line, which is not very exciting sounding, but I'm going to do that just because on the iPad, it's really, you guys would probably be way better at it than me. I just like doing it that way because it's quicker. So there's a line very quickly for my bird name. All the colors are bad, but I'll fix them. Yeah, then I'm going to go to add photos. I'm going to take everyone else's example and I'm going to do a party flamingo.
Yeah, flamingo fiesta.
Ooh, that's a very dramatic flamingo. I'm going to go for the dramatic one.
Very nice.
Move freely because I want to edit it.
Wasn't it?
and I'm going to use the crop and shape, which is at the bottom. So in edit, crop and shape, and I'm going to do the exact same. So you can see it's pretty much exactly what Dom did, just very slightly different. It's mostly
and then you
just
can
the
actually
buttons.
move it within the frame, can't you? You can, if you,
Yes,
there
I
you go.
forgot to do that. So if you hit done, you have to hit crop and shape, and then I can move it over. So my flamingo can be seen in all of its glory. And then I'm going to go and change my colors, because why not? I'm going to try and pick that.
Yeah.
There's the beak. There's the beak. I got it. There we go.
Nice.
And then if I hit done, then it's going to hopefully. Sometimes it suggests colors. Yeah. I'm just going to choose that color there quickly. There's the suggested tones. I knew they were somewhere. There they are.
Yeah.
So you can go through. So it fills up pretty quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually really easy, isn't it? Once you get going, it's a bit daunting when you see a blank page, but actually once you get going, it's dead easy, isn't it?
Once you get going, it's great. And I'm going to have a look at design assets. I'm going to see what we've got for feathers.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Yeah, I'm going to try and add some of those in the background. Those are like wings. I might add like a nice. Let's go for
background. What have you done there? You've gone to design assets, right?
Design assets, just because design assets give you those like nice hand-drawn, sketchy kind of like sketched, not sketchy, sketched looking images. So I'm going to try.
It is very good, that. I like it.
It's more like a quill, though. I'm going to see what they've got for flamingo, actually.
Nice.
Ooh. I quite like that. It kind of fits in with my colors.
Yeah.
There it is. I thought the iPad was failing me for a second.
Nice. And you can pop those wherever you like, can't you? That's really cool.
Yeah. Little tiny neon bird.
Yeah.
That's so you can play around with it. I'm going to zoom in and see. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. This will just be me. I'll barely be talking because I'm sitting concentrating. Cool. But
let me take it back there. And the same, like so Ruth's going into design assets for that, but I've gone into backgrounds and then search for feathers, and then you can. So I want to do one that's not, hasn't got loads on it, so it's a bit more subtle. Yeah, that'll do. Happy with that. And then again, it's the same thing. Rename your project. So this can be like bird infographic, for example. There you go. And then you can download it. It'll down straight to your machine. Teachers, good one for you. If you want to download it as a PDF, that's a good one as well. And then, as usual, share, publish. Google Classroom's on there, Microsoft Teams on there, or you can create a link. There we go. And don't forget that this link that's at the top of your page, you can't share that with anyone. It won't work. So you have to go to your copy there, and then you can open it up in a new page. There you go. Bing, bang, boom. And then don't forget that if you go in here and select something like the background, for example, and then, click replace and then choose a different one, you will need to go and press share. Come on, it's just thinking. It's having a think. It's having a think. It's having a think.
Yeah,
there we go.
A lot. Yep.
Yeah. Share, publish, and then create a link again. And all it'll do is the same link as it was before, but now it's pushing out that new version onto the screen. Okay. And if I refresh that, bosh, there it is. Right. We're right on time here. So what I'm going to say is I will be sending an email out to all of your teachers to tell them that you'll be able to get swag for if you completed at least 2 out of 3 of these challenges. And if you're a digital leader and you're going to teach this in another class, there's also VIP swag. You don't get that everywhere, Ruth. I'm telling you that.
No.
So thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate it. There's more dates going to be added. We're going to be doing something for Safer Internet Day. We're going to be doing something for World Book Day. We're also going to be doing stuff for Science Week as well. So I will prompt your teacher to do that. So hopefully, going to see you on the next one. But thank you very much for coming, Ruth. Can you please give us a final sign off, a piece of advice, a life lesson, something like that, just to close us out, please?
Tomato and spring onion sandwiches, give them a go. Bit of salt,
Scallions,
mayonnaise,
scallions,
no butter. Scallions, no butter, mayonnaise, tomato, salt, and spring onions. You will thank me. You will thank
What a way to end the session. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I'm going to send an email out to your teachers for your swag. But in the meantime, keep creating and keep being expressive. That's what we're all about. Thank you very much.